Welcome back to another edition of 30 Teams in 30 Days here on Inside the Zone with Mateo. So glad you decided to click on this video. And as always, I hope you are entertained. For those who do not know, my name is Mateo, and I host all the podcasts here on the channel. We normally cover Minnesota sports, but I decided in June we'd do this nice little series. We decided, we'll just do this little series. There's 30 teams in the NBA, 30 days in the month of June. We're on day 23. We go through every single NBA team, previewing their offseason, recapping their season, mixing it all together to provide either a short or long video, depending on what we talked about. Probably these videos moving forward for the last week of 30 teams in 30 days going to be pretty short because I don't want to talk too much because, yeah, I'm not recording this completely live because I'm actually at a camp when you're seeing this video. I'm recording this ahead of time, so trades might happen. I might get embarrassed. It is what it is, but I'm recording this on like the 19th of June. It's the 23rd. It's actually my birthday here on the 23rd of June. That's crazy. It's my birthday already. So thank you guys. I've been having a bunch of people wishing me happy birthday. So thank you so much. And I'm excited to talk a little bit about the Cleveland Cavaliers today as we're on day 23. Literally, we got a week left. 1 week left here in 30 teams in 30 days. Can't believe it. We started in June 1st. And now, boys, we're almost done. It's absolutely insane. We're taking a deep dive through each NBA team. We won't talk about the draft today because it's actually draft day. Obviously, I'm recording this ahead of time. 23rd, though, is the draft. So we're not going to talk about the draft. I actually don't have many targets for the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's a spoiler alert. So it's probably going to be a shorter episode today. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button. Turn the notification bell button on so you never miss any of these episodes. And here's a quick look at the schedule. We've gone through worst team. We're going all the way to the best team. So Wizards through this Thunder. We did the Rockets yesterday. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers today. We got the Knicks tomorrow. It's going to be fire, bro. We got 1 week left to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy Mateo Show batting order. You know what this is. It's a little show roadmap. How well did they do last season? Who they should draft, who they should keep, who they should target. What is their early ceiling and floor? Boys, y'all know. Y'all know. It's day 23. Y'all been probably here at least one video. But if you're new, thank you guys so much for watching. And now let's get into it. Cleveland Cavaliers, boys. 2025-2026 season. We're recap the little season of the Cleveland Cavaliers where they went 52-30. They won 52-30. I don't think they were the fifth or fourth seed. I don't remember exactly. Kind of got that wrong. Apologize. But their top scorer, Donovan Mitchell. Their top assister was Donovan Mitchell as well. And their top rebounder was Evan Mobley. They do have the 29th pick in the draft tonight. But again, since the draft's kind of already happened, probably depending on when I release this video, I'm not going to talk much about the draft moving forward. So as you can see here, even the draft has happened. No longer needed to talk about it. So sorry, you're just these last 7 teams will not have much about the draft, but we'll continue to recap their season. As my website, my gosh, my internet kind of lost it for a second. So I lost ESPN for a second, but we can take a look at some stats. Donovan Mitchell led the Cavaliers in 70 games played, 27.9 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 5.7 assists per game. He also was the steal leader at 1.5 steals per game. They traded for James Harden, where he played 26 games for them in the regular season. He averaged 20.5 points, really solid year, or really solid stretch of games for James Harden. Did not play great in the postseason as normal, but 4.8 rebounds per game, 7.7 assists per game. I do think he'll probably come back. He does have a player option. We'll talk about that in a second. Evan Mobley played 65 games, 18.2 points per game, 9 rebounds on the dollar, and 3.6 assists per game for him. Darius Garland, obviously, they traded him for James Harden. It was actually straight up. It was just a 1-for-1 trade, so we don't have to talk about him. Jarrett Allen, I don't know how long he's going to be here with Cleveland, much longer, but we'll see what happens. He averaged, goodness gracious, 15.4 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game, and 1.8 assists per game here in the 25-26 season. DeAndre Hunter got traded, so we don't care about him. Jalen Tyson, really solid year for him off the bench. Actually, he got to start, got a lot of games too because of the injuries. Because, man, Cleveland just can't stay healthy. That's a really big concern for them. Definitely a reason why they didn't win as many games as they could have. But 13.2 points for Jalen Tyson, 5.1 rebounds, and 2.2 assists. Sam Merrill, kind of same thing. Same thing with Max Strus and Dean Wade. They're kind of all their bench pieces. Really solid bench pieces. I don't know if they'll be able to bring them all back, but they're all pretty solid bench pieces and a really solid year for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who unfortunately did fall. I was not able to advance to an NBA Finals. Obviously, they lost to the Knicks, I believe. They got swept by the Knicks, I'm pretty dang sure, who ended up winning the NBA title, who we will, again, be covering tomorrow here on 30 Teams in 30 Days. So if you're a Knicks fan, make sure you come back. But the major storyline, if I were to use one word to sum this season up, it would be mediocre. And yes, they won 50-plus games, right? They won 52 games, but they could have done better. And I feel like we always are talking about the Cavs like they can do better. And I don't know what they're missing because, frankly, this team is pretty dang good. And I think a full season with James Harden is going to be good. And it's going to be very, very cool to watch and they're going to win a lot of games as a result of that. But I do think they're missing one piece. However, in the same sense, I don't know if they're missing the same piece because on paper, this team should play well, especially in a weaker Eastern Conference. They should do well. They should succeed. It was just a very mediocre season, and I'm really confused by this team all the time. So Cavs fans, let me know. Or were you confused? Were you surprised? Is this just normal? I don't know. I'm a Minnesota sports fan, so I'm used to heartbreak. But it wasn't more heartbreak. It was just like we were expecting this to happen. Like, I'm just so confused, Cavs. I'm so confused with your season. Maybe confused is a better word to describe your season. Confusing, mediocre, kind of same thing. That's kind of how the vibes I feel against this Cavs team. Again, I don't think there's like a blockbuster deal that you have to make. Like, you could make it, but I don't think you have to make it. It's just very interesting. It's really interesting. I do think health is a big factor into their success. But yeah, let me know what you guys think they have to do in order to really contend for a title. They're just a really confusing team. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts here. Again, we can skip the draft section because there's not really much to talk about there. Even if with the 29th overall pick, they're not going to really get much. Many of the top guys, I don't think they trade up for anybody. So we can skip the draft. And now we can go to the first half of free agency. So we split free agency up into two different sections. The first half is taking a look at the team's own free agents, who I think they should let walk or who I think they should resign. And then the second half is we take a look at the players who I think they should maybe target. And there's actually only 3 players that they should target. So spoiler, this is going to be a really short episode on my birthday. Sorry, guys. I apologize. It's just there's not much to talk about. There's not much to talk about. Like, you would think these contending teams, these good teams would have a lot to talk about because, okay, so what went wrong and we need to make moves. But at the end of the day, I don't think most of these next 7 teams have to make much moves. Like, the OKC Thunder, sure they need to save some money, but they're a championship level team already. The Spurs maybe have to figure out what to do with De'Aaron Fox, but that's it. The Knicks, bro, tomorrow's episode is going to be maybe even 10 minutes because it's like, I could just go glaze the how well they played and how well they stole Karl Anthony Towns from my Minnesota Timberwolves. But still, these teams don't have many flaws. So it's just a quicker episode. So maybe just the bad teams get the longer episodes. I don't know. I don't know what to do, but here's a look at their team own free agents. I don't know what we're doing here today, bro. But we'll pull out the pen here as normal. James Harden should take his $42 million player option. I think he comes back to the Cleveland Cavaliers for at least one more season at 37 years old. I think they try to re-sign Dean Wade. Keon Ellis, I do think they should re-sign him as well. Oliver Sarr, I think they could re-sign to a two-way deal to pick up the club option on Porter Jr. And then I think Nance Jr. and Bryant kind of just depends on what you want. I'm just going to put a straight line, just have the team decide. I really don't have a strong opinion on that. Nance is 34 years old. I think you could probably, he's an easy, he could be replaceable. But then Bryant, it just kind of depends on what you want to do. I think it also depends on if you keep Jarrett Allen or not. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm sorry. The big thing here is James Harden. Make sure you re-sign him. If you don't, you kind of gave up a Darius Garland for nothing. But even if he declines his player option, I don't think it's a bad thing, and he might just want some more security, and you might have to sign him to a 2 or 3 year deal, which could be very interesting. But now we go to the second part of free agency, which, of course, there's a name. There's one name that's circulating, and then there's 2 other names. So there's one trade target, which y'all probably know who that is. But then there's 2 free agents. Anthony Simons. I feel like Anthony Simons could just be a solid fit. It could be a solid addition to the Cavs bench. A backup 2 guard to Donovan Mitchell. When you take a look at their depth chart, Their backup 2 guard is Sam Merrill. Now, Sam Merrill's tough. He's good. But I think you could maybe have him be the backup small forward and have Anthony Simons be the backup shooting guard. And I think he could legitimately be a solid 6-man. Okay. Now, the bench it just kind of depends on what you want to do and how much you want to pay. But then also Kevin Huerter. I also feel like he could be a solid addition to the Cavs bench. And here's the thing. I think solid additions to the bench could be enough to propel this team into a true contender mode. I don't think they're too far away. But then, of course, there's the rumors, the farewell tour, the final year, the LeBron James, reunion with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that's where we're going to put up Fanspo because we got to figure out how is this possible to work. This is going to be the only trade we're going to look at, bro. I'm sorry for Cavs fans, but do you want LeBron? Because there's been some mixed feelings. I've seen all over. There's been some mixed feelings. I do think it would have to be a sign and trade. So we're going to have him. And by the way, Fanspo's been weird lately. So you have to sign him to a 3-year deal. I don't think it'd actually be a 3-year deal. His recommended is 35. So we'll do that. I think it could even be close to 45 because it'd probably be 1 year. Actually, here, we could just do then a minimum deal for the next. Yeah, we'll just do a minimum salary for the next couple years because you just have to do a 3-year deal to make the sign and trade thing work. So I think it'd be something you give him a $45 million, probably 1-year deal, and then you do a sign and trade here. It would be trade to Cavaliers. So now you would have to clear money, and I feel like the easiest way to do this is Jared Allen. And then you'd probably have to include maybe Dennis Schroeder. And Dennis Schroeder, just to clear money, $32 million. And here's the thing. If LeBron has the freedom to say, okay, I want to go to the Cavs, right? And he's so respected, I think the Lakers would take anything. Because they're like, okay, we're not going to get him. We're going to get something in return that's better than him just walking to free agency, right? So Dennis Schroeder, the Lakers would actually get a solid center in Jared Allen. And then they'd need probably something else out. So probably Max Strus. So here's the thing. This is where I think Anthony Simons or Kevin Huerter could come in because you're going to have to get rid of some of these role players on deals. And then I'd even say maybe throw in a first-round pick. You could throw in your 29 pick. I'd say just give a random one, 2031 is your only tradable first-round pick. And then this should go through. Yeah, it would. So it's fairly easy when you do the money. Lakers would get Allen, Strus, Schroeder in a first. It'd be a sign and trade, though. You could do that. But also, if LeBron were to just hit the open market, I believe I want to see. Hold on. We're going to reset this all. LeBron, we're going to undo contract changes. What would he be wanting? Sign a free agent. LeBron. Where's LeBron at? LeBron, standard contract for a 1-year deal. His minimum salary would be 3.9. His actually recommended salary is 35. If you could get him for 40, let's just say you get 40 million, maybe takes a little bit of a pay cut. He goes to Cleveland. And then you could potentially then move some of your other players to a different team. I mean, we obviously know the Charlotte Hornets have been interested in a center. Obviously, I think Rudy Gobert could be a good fit, but maybe they want a younger center in Jared Allen. And you say, okay, you can take. Where's Jared Allen at? Oh my gosh, did I lose him? Where is he? He's all the way on the ground. I don't know why he's on the bottom. Okay, so you do him, and then I think you could actually try to throw in a three-team trade here. In resulting maybe Miles, getting rid of Miles Bridges to maybe the Nets or something like that. Nets have cap space. That's the only, you do Bridges, not to the Cavs. Sorry. You go to the Nets. And then the Nets would have to, actually, they could keep him, I'm pretty sure here. I just want to see what we're doing here. I'm just trying to see this to make money. Okay, so Cavs are fine. And then, wait, hold up. Undo trade. Can we actually just do this straight up? So you basically give Jared Allen, not for free, but we'll make this work here. Hold on. Jared Allen, 27. So they're getting rid of 27 million too much. Okay. This is actually okay. Wait. They're under the allowable income by 28. Wait, they can actually can they do it with can they just sign him? What? Can they actually just sign him? Wow. They can. That's crazy. They can just sign LeBron. Never mind. What am I doing? They'd probably have to then lose some of this money because I guess, yeah, you think about it. They have all this money that they would renounce and stuff. Okay. Intriguing. They might have to get rid of like Jalen Tyson or Sam Merrill or something like that, but that is really interesting. So they could potentially keep everybody. I don't think they would want to keep everybody because that's a lot of salary. And it depends on the money LeBron was. Maybe LeBron wants $50 million, and that's when you would have to do some moves. That's very interesting. So, hey, there's options. Do you think LeBron going back to Cleveland's a solid fit? I do. But I think an Anthony Simons, Kevin Porter, just solid bench role players could be good additions too. And now we'll go to ceiling and floor and then end this episode. There's going to be 2 bullet note points saying there's basically saying without the moves I suggested, so basically keeping their team relatively the same, or with the moves I suggested, which would be either adding LeBron or adding some just additional pieces, and then it's going to give you a ceiling. So without the moves I suggested, I think this team can get to the second round, maybe a little bit higher, but I think their second round is pretty much the ceiling. Just because of the inconsistency and the health reasons. But if you add some depth, if you add LeBron James, I do think this team becomes a contender. Again, I don't think they're too far away, but the moves do matter ever so slightly because of health, right? If you would tell me this team would be healthy and keep their team relatively the same, probably a third round Eastern Conference Finals type of thing, maybe a final ceiling, but I'm going to play a little safe because the injuries could happen. And it's going to just be really interesting. Donovan Mitchell's going to be playing in a contract season. He's going to be eligible for a new contract or contract extension in the upcoming offseason. So it's going to be really interesting. Let me know what you guys think about Cleveland. Do you think LeBron should go there? Do you think they should keep their team the same? Do you think they should blow it up and send Donovan Mitchell to, I don't know where? Let me know in the comments down below. I love the pushback. Hit that like button and subscribe button. Turn the notification bell button on. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we got a new team coming up tomorrow. We got the Knicks again, probably going to be a pretty short episode again tomorrow. But if you guys like these shorter episodes, again, let me know if you want the longer episodes. I'll try to make some longer episodes for you guys to close the 30 teams in 30 days. But we're getting towards the end of 30 teams in 30 days. I made 23 straight episodes. It gets a little long, but appreciate you guys for watching so much. And as always, most importantly, don't forget to keep God first because He's the most important thing in your lives. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.